So before we get too proud of my life, back to my failing marriage. Basically, between financial struggles, because I was, I didn't have my head in the game. I was like 24. You know, saying you make $50 an hour teaching kids guitar sounds real impressive till you're married to somebody and married to their bank account and you realize they're a loser. Nancy had some anger outbursts she could have handled better. I did piss her off though. I had a copious beer drinking thing going on and we became a very unhappy couple. Our love was once so true and beautiful that this was very, very painful for me, especially after Rob Ben was finally flexing a happy family that he never had before. I caught her cheating, and honestly, low-key, I was thrilled. I wanted to quietly and peacefully split up anyway, and this was a way to make it not my fault. I confronted her, and she denied it. I've never been mad at Nancy. Like, it's cool, William's my boy. Like, that was... It's also humiliating to tell your friends that some other dude's banging your wife, so I was in a spot. I remained married to her for another year, however, to protect her from what was about to come for us. In 2017, Dr. Farzin Yagmai arrived unannounced to our home at approximately 9 p.m. He privately took me to his car. He gave me a pill, Xanax. Later in the story, we found a lot of these pills were not Xanax, so I don't know what to tell you on that one. He then offered me liquor from a flask and marijuana, both of which I refused because I felt unsafe. I knew it was not a time to be getting loaded. He told me a private detective was hired by my father, and he had followed Nancy and myself for several months, and monitored my phone and blah, blah, blah. He told me Nancy was cheating, which was true. That she was conning me for a green card, not true. She's still undocumented like 5 years later. Y'all retarded. And only after my father's money. Shit, I can't even get my father's money, okay? She ain't getting anywhere near that, and I didn't buy that one for a second. God. Never provided. Okay, wait, we'll get there. Walked back to the apartment where David Peterson Jameson met me at the door. Hi, I'm sorry about this, was his introduction. I told him, we are not on the same page with this one, but I'll hear you out. I already could tell he was not an upstanding character. So David, along with 3 armed bodyguards, one of whom was late, you're a terrible bodyguard, and a translator and Farzin came in and they screamed at Yancey and myself for 3 hours, opening with, I called ICE on you two this morning, and I'm calling them every day until you two get divorced. I knew he was lying in other statements he made because he had no investigation report and only showed me a freeze frame of the video I had already confronted Yancey on and said it was a photograph. I'm like, dude, you're an idiot. He's lying to my face in my own home. I didn't even invite this guy. But he told me he was retired federal law enforcement. So I was like, shit, I'm gonna call the cops on the cops? Okay. With my legal wife here, I was like, great, what do I do? But I always knew that liars are cowards, and I refused. Yancey refused, and we lost our home and went on the run. I was working at Staples at the time. I busted my ass and got 4 promotions in 1 year. Pretty impressive. As I was determined to protect myself and Nancy from this mysterious threat that I didn't understand but knew was fucking bad news. She then developed 6 tumors on her body, and I began taking her to County General Hospital. And that year she was diagnosed with cancer. To this day, Farzin Yagmai denies she had cancer. I took her to the biopsy, bro. I heard the doctor diagnose her with cancer. The doctor who's still gonna be a doctor in 10 years, Mr. Yagmai, when you're an inmate. I was already in deep shit financially because as we fled, I maxed out a credit card, like a $2,000 one, my first credit card, and last. Fuck credit cards. And took out 2 loans, trying to survive. My cats ate every day, but I didn't. And it was a 2-hour bus ride to and from work. The only thing on my stomach was the $5 bottle of wine I had, and that doesn't make you feel better. Farzin contacted me. Rob, just get the annulment. Your dad will pay off all your debts, get you an apartment, and your mom has agreed to give you $7,000, which she never did. I'm glad, though, because I don't want no compensation for what I didn't know I was doing. I saw this as me and Yancey's only option, especially as she now had cancer. In 2017, with attorney Peter Lazan, referred by Farzin Yagmai, I annulled my marriage to Yancy Mendez. My only statement in court was a response to the judge, well, that's what the paper says. I was referring to documents Peter had submitted with Yancy's signature all over them. His associates and Farzin, everybody, they urged me never to show Yancy these documents. When I showed her in 2019, because I knew shit was whack, she had never seen them before. She had seen one that she had signed a couple places, but on the court document, the whole thing was signed, and there were a bunch she hadn't even seen. That sounds pretty unethical and illegal to me. I'm not a fucking cop, but we'll get there. Fucking Peter Lazan. As we left my annulment hearing, actually, you know what? This is going to be the end of another video.